to Fort Fun Friday Facts, better known as... No.
Oh.
No, Fort Fun Friday Facts, better known as... There we go! Mark and Brandy Aspinall, Berkshire Hathaway, Colorado Real Estate, the Living Colorado Elite Team. It is Friday, not Monday, although it feels kind of like... Doesn't really feel like a Monday either, but you know. Love holidays in the middle of the week.
Did we miss Monday though?
We missed Monday.
So it's a...
Was that a ghost? In case you've never joined us for Fort Fun Friday Facts, here we go through some news, history, or events going on in Fort Collins, Northern Colorado, or if we're desperate, the entirety of the state, because, you know, we go wherever it's interesting.
Or we sit here and laugh at each other for...
Well, that always happens.
Yeah, okay.
A little bit about...
With each other, not
some
at
real
each other.
estate fact, news, tip, whatever. We always laugh at each other.
Yeah, and
Not
with
at
each
the-
other.
And with each other,
Both.
Yes. And then always wrapping it up with some odd news around the world. So what do we have, babe, for our current events?
Man, there is so much going on in Fort Collins right now, or the surrounding areas. It is football season. We have great sports happening. The Eagles are doing well. They play tonight. We have the Wellington High School out there. They are positioned. They are headed to state finals. We have CSU playing in a bowl game, and they are on a path to the Mountain West championships as well. There's just, which is awesome, knock on wood. They have a game today as well. So there's just a lot of sports going on in the area. If you want to jump out and catch some of that dress warm, it's going to be in the 40s. So not horrible, but still cold because it's Colorado.
Yeah.
There are areas now. It is the season. It is now past Thanksgiving. Happy Black Friday. And
Happy Black Friday.
I know it's hard to
Terrible
what?
term.
Yeah. Anyway, with that, if you want to get out and go shopping, there's plenty of deals to be found. And it is the season for lighting of the Christmas lights and Christmas tours. I'm so excited. Mark he likes Christmas. I love Christmas lights. I love it. So, there are plenty of opportunities. I have an article here from the Coloradoan talking about where to find the best holiday lights in Fort Collins. And so some of this has, the lighting displays downtown. The Botanical Gardens has a fantastic lighting display. There's a drive-through with of lights at the for the Colorado Youth.
Yep. Just east of I-25.
Just east of I-25. There's also, which I find brilliant and really great, is there's menorah lightings at the Centera Mall. So they have everything surrounding Hanukkah and what they are doing within in that community. And there's crafts and live music and latkes, okay, and more at the Centera Mall. And so with that, they're calling it the Winter Wonderland drive-through light display for the Colorado Youth Outdoors Northern Colorado Wonderland.
It is an experience. We've done it before.
Yeah, Garden of Lights, which is at the Botanic Gardens. So look at this article. We're going to post it online because there is so much to do this holiday season, from getting pictures with the reindeer at Bath and getting pictures with Santa at different times during the lights, and going and touring downtown, Old Town, Fort Collins with their lights and those ceremonies and concerts. And it is just the season to go bundle up, get some hot chocolate, enjoy the lights here in the surrounding areas. So that's exciting. So those are a few highlights of the facts. Go enjoy the sports and cheer on our Northern Colorado teams that are just doing very, very well right now. Go do the lights. There's also the Nutcracker, again, is coming to the Lincoln Center. It's the annual. It's so fun. Take your kids. support local artists. It's brilliant every single year, and yeah, just enjoy.
Yeah, and I didn't think about this, but there was a list that usually goes out. We found it last year of the top residential houses to go visit, because some people do those crazy light shows, not just lights on their house, but light shows. And we'll find that and get that posted for you a little bit later as well.
Yep, and that is the other article that I have pulled up for the Colorado.
There we go.
So we will place those. It is so fun. They list their addresses, and you just drive around and enjoy the tour of those lights. And that will get posted on our website as well. They start now.
Wow.
Already there.
I will start putting up our lights sometime in the next week.
I love it when you can tune in to the radio.
Yeah.
They have the specific radio station you tune into.
Those are fun.
You sit outside and watch the lights too. The radio, it's fun.
Those are good.
Yep.
Those are good. Cool.
That's Fort Collins. A lot of holiday cheer. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, so moving on to the real estate side of things.
You have this as well, don't you, babe?
I think so. I'm on top of it today.
I looked up some tips and tricks for decorating your house, and
Ooh, let's do that.
basically it's plan ahead. Make a plan, stick with it. There was one top 3 ways to be a great host, and this is if people are coming and staying over at your house, and it's things like have a little gift basket for them when they come, in the room, when they come before they get there. Schedule meals. And there's another thing, but it's like, I'm not going to have people in my house overnight. No, for those of you that do that, good on you. That's awesome. But no, you can come over, we'll eat, and then get out. I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
A
Well,
little curmudgeon.
on the real estate side of the real news, we have a new record here in Fort Collins for the most expensive house sold. And it's a 6,300 square foot gateway in southwest Fort Collins. So it is 3.17 acre lot, manicured landscaping, outdoor kitchen, hot tub, sauna, all the works. Over in, where are we at?
Fossil Creek.
Fossil Creek. So it's over in Fossil Creek, sold for $3.95 million, setting a new record here in the Fort Collins area. So,
Okay.
yeah, so the previous record was over on Warren Lake for a 3.494 on a county road property, but we have a new record. So
Okay. Cool.
anybody want to help us beat that?
Yeah,
we
sure.
are in. Let's do it. Bring out the buyers. We'll beat that record.
We'll beat that record. Sure.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So that's the real estate news. Real estate is still going. It's still popping. We're pretty excited to see that things are moving forward. And really right now, buyers, new builds, they're offering some great incentives to get their, if you will, product and inventory sold by the end of the year. So if you are looking for that new build feel, looking to get into the Fort Collins or surrounding areas, it is time. It's time to go look. So Merry Christmas. Buy yourself a house.
I mean, that's a heck of a present right there.
Yeah.
Incentives are really good this time of year for buyers. Tend to be less competition, tend to be more inventory, and then for the sellers, one big bonus is that people looking this time of year, they're serious. They're not just out there being looky-loos. They're really looking to buy a house. So that's always a positive right now.
Yeah. So super exciting stuff. I just can't believe we set a new record. That's kind of fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and a side note, one of the agents in our office set a new record for the most expensive house sold up in the Winter Park area. So congratulations to her. I believe it was it 4.9 million?
I think so.
I think somewhere around there. So almost 5. So beautiful home up in Winter Park. And Julie Ray, congratulations. Good job. Proud of you. And yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Awesome.
All right. My voice will make it through the rest of this. So here we go. On to the odd news. Today, we have news. I try to do themes because it's just more fun that way. So our odd news today is surrounding first responders. Okay? So here we go. First responders rescued an unusual, kind of an animal from Salt Lake.
Kind of an animal?
Yeah, kind of an animal from Salt Lake just the other day.
Okay.
So the park on social media put out a message to remind those that live in and around Salt Lake, the actual Salt Lake that the Great Salt Lake City is named after, to not brine their turkeys in the lake. Yeah, so this sort of animal that was rescued from the lake was in fact a turkey, store-bought turkey, that the owner had taken it, and to brine the turkey, apparently this is not just this one person, because they had to send out a whole message to everybody in the area. Please don't put your turkey in the lake.
Okay. Now, obviously being in Colorado, we're kind of landlocked, and our lakes are very cold.
Can you imagine?
So why?
Well, because it's the salt of the lake that they're trying to get infused in the turkey. So when you brine a turkey, it's basically like a saltwater bath, right? And I think I'm pretty close there for those of you more culinary inclined than I am. Matt, my brother, I mean, he could tell you. I believe it's like basically soaking the turkey in salt water so that turkey can absorb some of that salt and make it a little more flavorful. Apparently, residents have been doing this in the Great Salt Lake. This turkey washed up on a beach, and it looks nasty. Like, it's still in its packaging. It still has, you can see the remnants of the tag that was on it. So it's obviously a store-bought turkey. But yeah, they sent out a message saying two things. One, the salinity is too high for a proper brine, so too much salt in Great Salt Lake for a proper brine. And then the waves can be very strong and take your turkey away, like happened to this one person.
Like this one? That's just...
What would you do if, I know Thanksgiving was yesterday, but if your dad took out the turkey, set it on the table and said, "Kids, you'll never guess where I brine this turkey. I went down to the lake and stuck it in there for a week."
I'd be like, normal.
Normal.
No, not really. I'd be like, what lake?
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Right. So here'd be what lake?
There'd be what lake? There. What would you do?
Well,
You
sure,
Midwestern.
I'd be Lake I grew up on is dirty. Like muck bottom, dirt bottom. You jump in and your feet get sucked into the dirt. Like get sucked into the mud. Like gross if you soaked a turkey in our lake. I wouldn't eat it, I don't think. Now, I've had fish that came from the lake once or twice, but turkey
morning,
soaking
Daddy.
in the lake?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Anyway.
Adam Sandler needs to come up with a song about that.
Brining turkey in the lake?
Turkey. Wouldn't he be the perfect person to come up with a new Thanksgiving comedy?
I see that more as a Weird Al.
Weird Al? Okay.
I mean,
All
Adam
right.
Sandler does have the Thanksgiving song, so I guess.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah. Moving on. Talking about Wisconsin lakes, we're going to go to Wisconsin.
Woo.
911 got an interesting call in Shawano County. Shawano County Sheriff's Office received a dispatch on 911. It's about 45 minutes northwest of Green Bay. So if you're not from Wisconsin, you have no idea where this place is.
That would be me. That's why I asked. Okay.
It's like people know Green Bay because of the Packers, but outside of the Packers, there's nothing else in Green Bay. Like it's just Wisconsin is a bunch of small towns crammed into one state outside of Milwaukee and Madison, I guess.
That's true.
So anyway, Shawano County Sheriff's Office received an interesting call from a 10-year-old boy that needed help. He called because he needed help with his math homework, and so he dialed 911. He stated that his family wasn't very good at math either, and he needed help from the dispatcher.
Oh, this is That is an emergency if you're attempting to pull up your grades.
Now, I feel it depending on, I don't think it says what age this kid was. Oh, 10-year-old, so fourth, fifth grade. There are times where Emma goes, Dad, how do you do this math? And it's been so long since we've done any of that math without a calculator that I have to go back and like remind myself of how to do it.
Well, and they're doing math a different way.
Right,
these
yeah.
days.
There's so many different ways you could be doing math that if, you know, we
If you don't know the curriculum
It's
on which
better
they're
now.
teaching math, it's even...
So the funny part is the dispatcher said she had some time so she can help with the problem. And well, so the young man gave the long problem with decimals and she was unable to help him either. So the dispatcher reached out to a deputy that was near the residence and asked the deputy to go over. And the deputy went to the boy's house. He said, personally, I'm not overly proficient when it comes to math either, but I'll try. So the kid couldn't do the math problem. The parents either weren't able to help or couldn't help. The dispatcher couldn't help. And the deputy, bless his heart, that went over there couldn't help.
So you know what the kids should do? Ask the teacher.
Anyway, no, the deputy was very nice. He said that he has a son about the same age, and so sat down with the child, and they were able to solve the decimal-related math problems. They got it done. They got it figured.
Well done, deputy. Well done. That's a funny story.
Right? The young caller was then provided a business card and was told that we're always here to help, except next time, don't call 911. Oh my gosh, I love that one.
Hey, I really like the dedication of that child.
I mean,
he needed to get something done. It
in
was an
today's
emergency to him.
age, he probably could have looked up AI math and like cheated his way through it, but no, he reached out to actual human beings to get the help. Yeah, it's funny.
And in his mind, it could have been an actual emergency.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he needed help. And all he knew is if you need help, you call 911, right? Yeah. So, I mean, not a bad.
Brilliant.
Going back a bit.
On to a new story.
A couple weeks ago, a woman's travel plans were cut short as she was in the Miami-Dade airport, getting ready to board her airline when her water broke. Just after 5 p.m. on that Tuesday, the water broke and she started giving birth near checkpoint 1 in the hub's it was the pre-security area. So she hadn't made it through security yet.
She shouldn't be flying at that point in time.
That's what my point was. Like, why is she even flying then?
Yeah.
Like, doesn't your doctor cut you off at what's the cutoff? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Was it like 6 months, 8 months?
Something like that.
But
it's like 2 months before, or
2 to 3 months before you're due.
You shouldn't be. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't indicate at all that this woman was, what stage of labor she was in. However, so many people, I would imagine, just ignore their doctor's recommendations on this kind of stuff all the time.
All the time. Yep. So she's giving birth.
So she's giving birth in the Miami-Dade airport. Pre-check. Everything seemed to go fine. An airport employee said the woman was between flights. So she wasn't where she was starting and she wasn't where she was supposed to end up. She was on a layover from somewhere and had a surprise extended stay in Miami. So, there you go. Way to go, first responders.
Man.
Last really quick story because I couldn't resist. Residents of a British Columbia community are trying to solve a mystery of how a local deer the mystery of a local deer they see wandering around, how this deer got on a high visibility vest. So there's a deer running around McBride, Canada, wearing a yellow high visibility like worker's vest In the
Wait,
wild.
like on.
Like it looks like its legs are through the armholes, and it looks like
where's
it's
the picture?
attached. Well, there's not a picture. There's
Oh.
a video, and we could watch the video. You could watch the video awkwardly while everybody else is just using their imagination. We'll try to post this later, but yeah. So a local reporter was driving around town and driving around the area and
Wow.
noticed a deer on the side of the road with a high visibility vest on.
Like,
And
it's legit on.
It's legit on.
It looks like what you would, some people, not us, but some people would dress their dogs
Yes,
in.
yes,
Like
yeah.
a costume.
See, it looks like it's strapped around its legs and
Yeah.
everything.
That's smart of that deer. Because if he's crossing highways.
I mean, you're
You're
going to be more
visible.
likely to see him at night, right?
I mean, way to go, deer. Take out that construction or road worker, put on their vest and say, yeah, and I'm not going to get hit.
Yeah, a local resident, Joe Rich, also spotted the deer and said the animal would not have been able to don the vest without help. It's zipped right up, is what he said. And it does. It looks like
It looks like someone
a dog wearing
actually,
a vest.
yeah.
Let's see, where is it? One of the officers said that, I don't even want to speculate on how that might have happened. They're not predisposed to wearing clothes. No duh, Sergeant.
Hey, Dad, teepee.
Yeah, no, my dog wakes up first thing in the morning and goes, what pants am I going to put on today without any assistance?
Deer.
And here's
Statement of the year. Deer are not predestined to wearing clothes. Yes.
And this is, here's a tip for tourists that we see a lot in Estes Park and Yellowstone and other parts of the country. Even if you can get close enough, he says, to the wildlife to put it in a sweater or jacket or boots or whatever you have, we recommend highly against that. Right? So please don't attempt to go dress your wildlife. Keep it to your poor cats and dogs. Yeah, I almost didn't do this story, but this is why I couldn't not do it.
Couldn't know. Yeah.
They are actively trying to track down the deer so that they can remove
Yeah.
the article of clothing from them, because for the deer it could be dangerous because it could get caught up on brush or trees. Or
One
whatever.
of the activities here in northern Colorado is not
dressing wildlife.
and during the holiday season.
Oh.
That's what it was. It wanted to be part of the display, right?
Part of the display.
The highlights display with lights.
Or maybe one person was tired of hitting one too many deer in the middle of the night, and they're like, let's start getting high visibility vests on them, because they're not crossing at the designated deer crossing signs.
Why not just strap a bright red nose on all of them? Because it's the season.
Maybe the battery died. Maybe you tried. Anyway, there we are for the odd news, and that is all for Ford Fun Friday Facts, better known as Mark and Brandy Aspinall.
I got it right that time.
You nailed it. You killed it.
thanks.
Living Colorado Elite with Berkshire Hathaway, Colorado Real Estate. Have an amazing, safe, fun holiday weekend, and buckle up because Monday's right around the corner.